I failed nursing school.
No matter what you say or what you do, when I'm alone I'd rather be with you. Fuck these other niggas, I'll be right by your side till 2005. Okay, hold up, wait a minute, all good just a week ago. At my house, we party every weekend, so on the radio, that's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thriller's gone, got no patience, cause I'm not a doctor. Go, why is you lying? Why you Mufasa? Yeah, me casa su casa. Gotta strip it like Gaza. Got so hot on volcanoes, the flow is some lava. Yeah, we spit that saliva. iPhone got message from Viber. Either the hit is so hydra or we live bygones be bygones. My God, you pay for your friends. I'll take that as a compliment. Got a house full of homies. I feel so the opposite.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikoro. Most people call me Portia, my middle name. Growing up as a child, everyone called me Portia, even my parents. I didn't even realize that Ikoro was technically my government first name till I was literally trying to get my driver's license. The people at the front teller handed me my driver's license and it said Ikoro, and I was shook. I was like, because my name is Portia, and they're like, no, check your birth certificate. And lo and behold, Ikoro was my first name. I thought Ikoro was my middle name for all my life until I tried to get my driver's license. And then my parents want to act like I should have known. Nobody told me. Literally nobody told me. It was like such a big revelation. From literally pre-K to 12th grade, I've been going as Portia. Low-key like a little identity crisis for me. Like, you know, it's not a big deal now looking back at it, but in the moment I was like, y'all, my name is not Portia. Like, who am I? Like, I need to go rediscover myself. But overall, like, I love my name. I love Ikoro. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm a Nigerian American. My mom is Benin. My dad is from Delta State. He's a Robo. In our culture, a lot of the times our parents will name us names that are derived from our tribe, and Ikoro is derived from my dad's side of the family, which is, it's an Robo name. When I asked my parents the meaning of my name, my father told me it means precious gift. My late grandfather insisted on naming me that. So I'm blessed, and I feel blessed to have, and I love the name, and I'm going to wear it with pride because I am a precious gift. Let's actually get into this video. I just rambled too long. Y'all not here for all that. I also want to like give you a little bit better understanding of what my channel name meaning is, Portia Ikoro. A little play on of my name, Portia Ikoro. Portia first because I've been grown up Portia, and then I realized Ikoro. Y'all didn't come here for all that. Y'all came here for the tea and otherwise the wine. So I'm gonna give you it. I would love to like make a little cute little series called Wine and Unwind, and that's what this is right now. I didn't just want to do a normal Q&A. I kind of wanted to like, loosen up a bit. I knew that my coming back video had to be a talking video because it's like I've been MIA. Like, girl, you said you were gonna come back and then you went MIA again, but all for good reason, y'all. All for good reason. All for good reason. I asked my Instagram to send me questions or ask me questions that you guys would want to see in my Q&A video, and I got a lot of responses. We're gonna go over some of these together, and let's get into the tea because I'm tired of holding on to it. I'm tired of holding on. So the first question is a good question. It says, what school do you go to and how did you get into the nursing program?
How about 911? Anyone? 911.
Y'all, sit down and eat your popcorn because this story is a testimony in itself. Like, the entire process of me getting into the school of nursing at Rutgers University, New Brunswick was a testimony from God. Like, a testimony from God. School I went to is Rutgers University, New Brunswick. As you can see, I'm repping my people right now. Gotta keep that thing on me, always. The whole admission process again to school went absolute crazy. Like, y'all, first of all, when I was a senior in high school, I didn't know that nursing was my calling. I thought I wanted to do pre-med. My parents told me about nursing, but you know when your parents tell you about stuff, you don't really listen to them. So I wasn't really paying them no mind, but something just in me just told me, you know what, look for yourself, search up for yourself. So I searched up online, nursing, what does nursing entail? I watched vlogs about nursing students, and I was like, wait, I can see myself getting into this. Like, I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I just didn't know that there were other options. I've always thought, okay, if you're in healthcare field, you're a doctor. You know what I mean? I know it sounds crazy, it sounds kind of silly, but I was young, and it's kind of like, you're very impressionable with what you see in the media and stuff like that. And in my immediate family, we had no nurses. Like, everyone's like doing their own thing in another specialty or another field or career field. I thought nurses were one thing, but they are a completely other spectrum on their own. With nursing, you can do so much. You can do almost like anything. You're basically unstoppable. And after finding out research my senior year of high school, I really actually started getting excited for it. Even though I had already sent out my first few college applications for biology, I kind of sent out the last half of my college applications and I changed it to nursing. And what most people don't know is when I applied to Rutgers School of Nursing, I didn't do early applications. Like I told you guys, I realized I wanted to do nursing after I had already sent in my early applications. I kind of was a late applicant to enter the nursing program. Okay, so the way Rutgers works is that after you send in your initial application, you can go back in and add another school. So if your application is already sent into the portal, you can go back and say if I want to add a school of engineering or school of pharmacy, I can add that in, and it's not going to be like a whole process because my main application is already there. I was low-key kind of late to the game. Mind you, Rutgers School of Nursing in the New Brunswick campus is a very, very competitive program. So for me even doing that, when I tell you God's favor and God's hand was upon my entire process, I sent in a late application to Rutgers School of Nursing New Brunswick. I actually heard back from them, but I was waitlisted. I knew why I was waitlisted. I applied late, even though I had the specs and you know I was a great candidate. I applied very late, and they're a very competitive program. Several other incredibly smart people are also applying for this program. Basically, like, Rutgers has this day where you can come onto the campus and you get a tour of whatever school you're going to. Because I got into SEBS, the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences, but I got waitlisted at School of Nursing, right? So the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences, they were having an orientation day kind of thing, and all the schools across Rutgers, New Brunswick were having it on the same day. My mom was with me. Me and my mom were just like, wait, like, if we're here for SEBS, maybe the School of Nursing has something, so maybe we can talk to someone in person. So we went to the school. I stumbled upon this amazing woman. Her name is Dr. one of the head people in the School of Nursing, basically. And mind you, I just stumbled upon her. It was so random. I walked into the lobby not knowing where I was going. She was welcoming all the new nursing school students. I wasn't technically a nursing, I was waitlisted, but I was walking in with the group because like I wanted to listen to the information and stuff. And when I walked in, my mom was still in the car, but I forgot my phone in the car, right? So when I walked in, I say hi to I realized I don't have my phone on me. So then I asked her, I was like, hi, can I please use your phone to call my mom, because my mom just dropped me off to see if this is the entrance, and I wanted to tell her that it was the entrance so she could park and come in. Let me use her phone so I used her phone to call my mom, and then we had her number, obviously. From there, it was history. Literally, I was communicating with her, and I told her my story that day. She really loved me, my personality, and she also saw something in me. She took a chance on me. She literally helped me get into the School of Nursing. Like, by the grace of God, kind of gave my application a little bit more visibility. Ever to this day, I feel like God put her in my life for a reason. She was intentionally there that moment that I needed her to be, and that's how I got to School of Nursing. She actually got me accepted not only to the Rutgers School of Nursing in New Brunswick, but also the Rutgers School of Nursing in Newark. So I had the opportunity to choose which campus I wanted to go to, which is a blessing upon itself. Not many people could say the same. Obviously, I went to New Brunswick because I wanted to get a little bit further away from home. So that is how I got into Rutgers University. Question number 2, what was the hardest class? Ooh, this is a good one. I would say that the hardest class for me happened my fall semester junior year, the first semester of nursing school, and that was health assessment. Granted, I did pass with the B, by the grace of God. That class was so hard. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I cruised through the prerequisites. I thought that I did very well, especially in anatomy physiology. I was doing very well, and mind you, I was kind of like a procrastinator when it came to learning. I do not recommend that at all, especially if you're trying to get into nursing school. Please, y'all, I need y'all to be on your P's and Q's. Do not be like me. If you went to Rutgers University New Brunswick, you know about this one professor that teaches health assessment who be going hard in the paint. That's my girl. I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate her because she helped me pass. However, she gave a lot of students a hard time. Like, she'd be on top of us. I'm not gonna lie, she expected us to know our stuff, and a lot of times we come into our Zoom meeting with her, she'd be calling on names, literally calling on names. If you don't know the answer, we all gonna be looking like. That's when I first started learning vitals, how to do blood pressure. It was just like the change of pace. Be on your P's and Q's, and if you're not, you're gonna get left behind. The hardest class is definitely health assessment. I literally got through that class with the skin of my teeth. What's been the highlight of your time within the nursing program? Ooh, this is a good question. I really like this question. It's probably gonna be the relationships I made within the program, and I mean friends wise. Like, I had this one study group. We called ourselves Rusan Royalty. Rusan stands for Rutgers University School of Nursing and Royalty. And when I tell you, these people were my backbone. Like, shout out to all my people. Like, shout out to
Taylor, Julia, Olivia, Emily, Anthony, oh my gosh, Peter, Andrew.
Shout out to all y'all. Like, I don't think I would have gotten through my senior year of nursing if it wasn't for y'all. So shout out to y'all. I look forward to our study dates. I look forward to our group messages after a test and exam saying that, oh, y'all, we bombed it, just to all of us come out with A's. I look forward to us having these long study guides together. We're all going through the same struggle together. So they're really my backbone. Shout out to them. I hope that they're all doing well. Make friends. I'm not gonna lie, once you get into nursing school, make those connections. These are gonna be some of your people that you're going to stay in contact with for a long time. These people are not going to get you through one of the hardest things in your life that you're going to have to do, but they're also going to be your support system and help push you even when you feel like you have no fuel or motivation to get through it yourself. Y'all, we about to get real. We got to get real. We are about to get real. This next question says, what was the hardest challenge you encountered during the nursing program? I failed nursing school. It was after that first semester, which I told you guys about, where I took health assessment class, and because that class was so hard, I put all my energy into that, and I kind of neglected my other classes I was taking. I was taking childbearing at that time, which isn't necessarily a hard course. However, it requires, you know, attention. It requires time, and I wasn't putting in any time. I did terribly on the final exam for childbearing. Like, I literally bombed it, and I was literally heartbroken when I saw my grades. Winter of 2021, mind you, my birthday's in the winter, but I found out shortly days after my birthday that I failed childbearing. Completely blindsided me. I got an email saying that I failed out of my class, meaning that I was actually technically on probation. And when you're on probation, like, I couldn't continue on with my cohort. Originally projected to graduate May 2022 with my original class. However, because I failed that class, it pushed me back. I had to wait till the next fall cycle to retake childbearing, which is the only class I needed to retake in order to move forward. Mind you, I didn't even fail. I got a C. I got a C in the class, y'all. And in our nursing program, the requirement is a C+, so technically that's a failure for us. But I was heartbroken, like literally devastated. I was so busy trying to not fail health assessment that I ended up failing supposedly the easier class, which is crazy. I know it was literally probably one of the most challenging things in my life, because like I told you guys in the beginning, I'm Nigerian American, and if y'all know anything about Nigerian, failing uncle, who's failing? I'm not, like, what? It's kind of like they don't even have that in their vocabulary, like failing. Absolutely not. I knew that I was gonna tell anyone first. It was my mom. She's my backbone. I'm such a support person. She has a huge heart. I knew that she'd be very understanding about it, because she's a bit more understanding in these type of situations than my dad is. He's a little bit more stern. So I was like, if I'm telling anyone, I have to tell. Well, I told my best friend, who gave me support. She lifted me up. Shout out to you, Buki. Like, what, if you weren't here for me, you were really here for me during this time, and I appreciate you so much. After I told my best friend, I told my mom, because I was like, girl, how should I go about telling my mom? I didn't want to just go straight into the fire. But surprisingly, my mom took it extremely well. She was being very encouraging. At first, she didn't understand it. Our parents are immigrants, and they came to this country because they wanted to not only see us successful, but to see us in a better place than they were given the opportunity at our age. So it's like, you want to make them proud, you know, like that's what's been instilled in us from a young age. So I just didn't know how to carry this amount of disappointment and defeat, and for the longest time I was ashamed. Like, I knew that all my friends would graduate the next year, and I was literally kind of ashamed about this, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I can't graduate with my friends. Like, how are people gonna see me? Are they gonna think I know what I'm doing? I didn't know what to think. And mind you, those were all lies of the enemy, y'all. Those were all lies of the enemy. Ooh, this kind of goes to our next question, because the next question after that, it says, so proud of you, heart emoji. It says, what's been your motivation through your failures? I could have easily fell into depression. Literally a week after I found out this information, I was slowly calling on my friends and letting them know the news. Well, my closest friends, and letting them know the news, because I knew that they wouldn't judge me. I literally had such an optimistic outlook. I was like, everything happens for a reason. God's not denying me, he's just delaying me. I'm not kicked out the program. This is just gonna take a little bit longer. Speaking positive, speaking reassurance into my own life. Like, even though I may not have been completely sure of that, me speaking it out loud, that kind of caused it to become my reality. Like, my mindset was more positive. I was like, you know what, I fell down, but I'm gonna get myself up and I'm gonna dust myself off, try again, baby. We not sulking over here, not for too long. We can be sad a little, but we not sulking for too long, I'm gonna tell you that, okay? I got myself up, I dusted myself up, and I tried again. So I started working at a nearby hospital in the emergency department, and that was literally the best thing ever for me. Everything happens for a reason. I feel like, had I not failed that class, I don't know when I would have started working as a tech or had any type of like real hands-on experience before I became an actual nurse. I learned so much. That hands-on experience was invaluable. I became more confident. I became more sure of myself. I became more ready, you know, to go into the field. I would not have gone through that terrible time had it not been for my faith. I literally used that time to not only get closer to God, but really try to understand like what my relationship to him meant. Like, what did I want this to be? Cast all my burdens onto him. I didn't allow myself to stress too much because I knew that he was going to take it away, and he did. Literally what got me through it, God, turning to God, because he is love, he is peace, he is happiness, he is understanding. He carried me up. He was my support system through it all, and I could have been more thankful. Like, I have so many questions, and I just sucks that I can't answer all of them because I want to. You guys give me some amazing questions. Okay, the next question is, drop the specialty you're going into. It's actually funny because I've been holding on to this one, but your girl is about to be a med-surg mommy. I know that's right. I'm about to be a med-surg, y'all. Kind of excited to do it. Like, I know a lot of people are looking at me like, girl, you're crazy. Med-surg, you're crazy, you're crazy. And yeah, I might be a little crazy. I know that I'm gonna learn so much in this new chapter and going into the specialty, and I know it's gonna be kind of crazy and kind of treacherous. Now, I might regret my decision months down the line, but this is definitely a transitional period for me. This is not somewhere I'm gonna stay forever. I know I'm going to transition out of this with a swiftness, but I think this is a great foundational place for me to start. I do not think that everyone needs to start med-surg when you graduate. I think you can go straight into your specialty. If you want to be a peds nurse, go do peds. If you want to do ER, go do ER. If you want to do ICU, go do ICU. I want to be a med-surg mommy. I'm going to be a little crazy for going into med-surg, I know. Like, at a more routinely pace to start and really master all my skills before I transition into anything a little bit more crazy. So starting out med-surg, yeah, that's all it is. So what are my next steps? I graduated May of 2023 by the grace of God. Woo. I took my NCLEX in July 11, 2023, and I passed the first try. Your girl is officially an RN, big RN, not the little one. Show it on the screen. At the end of July, I had a huge grad like barbecue and like just something to really celebrate and bring all my people together. Here's a little cute video of it on the side. Like, all my friends, family came out. There was so much love, so much support. The money was flying, okay? If you know Nigerians, you know that we spray money on you to really like acknowledge your accomplishments, acknowledge who you are, and just celebrate you. I had like little nurse themed like syringes and snacks and goodies, and I literally I feel so full because they gave me all these gifts. And then I have another video coming up about all the gifts, boxing all the gifts I got kind of for grad, and also like new grad nurse essentials. So if you guys want to tune in for that, like, subscribe, and comment down below. You guys are going to see that coming very soon. As for my next step, I'm going to stay in Jersey for like the next year or so, work out here. I definitely want to stay close to home because I'm entering a new career. Like, I don't want to move into a new state and have a new career at the same time. I feel like that's sensory overload, too much happening. I want to get a little bit more acquainted with nursing first and working as a registered nurse first before I venture out, which I will within the next year or so. You can definitely see me moving. That's going to be, stay tuned where I'm moving to, but I'm moving. It's gonna be a little far, but definitely plan on moving soon. Talk about the next gen NCLEX. What resources did you use? Oh, this is a really good question. So the next gen NCLEX, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, looking back at it, it wasn't that bad, but when I came out of that NCLEX, I literally thought I took the hardest exam of my life. And I know y'all don't want to hear that. I know that's not what you want to hear, but that thing was a little difficult. I was like, oh, this test got hands. But my number one resource that I would recommend everyone to do is use Archer. Archer, it looks very similar to the NCLEX. I'm actually going to do another video on NCLEX tips, tricks. So if you want me to do a video on how I passed in the first try with 85 questions, what resources I use, what method I use, I will give you the rundown on everything. I'll even give you the rundown on how I use Archer specifically, because there's actually a way to go about it. There's a plan, a study plan that you can do and everything. So if you want more information on that, let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely hook that up for you. The case studies are super easy. Whenever I saw the case studies, I was like, whew, because like it's kind of good. Like, it gives you drop down, you have options. It definitely helped that I was getting a lot of case study questions. Archer review and Mark Klimek lectures were my bread and butter. I want to pick a really good question. This is the last question. So this question asks, how did you know this is truly your passion? This is a really good question to me because I feel like a lot of people have different intentions and different reasons for going into nursing. I know some people solely go into this profession for the financial. Much as the financial aspect is very, very nice, especially when you come from like not, you know, having the largest paycheck or working a job that pays like only minimum wage or something like that. Nursing is so much more and it's so much deeper than that. Like, I'm not trying to give you guys a textbook answer. However, I'm not gonna lie, it's not until I failed that class and started my patient care technician job in the emergency room where I really realized why I'm doing nursing. Representation matters. Seeing people of color, seeing people that look like you in certain spaces matter. I remember I had this one patient, she had her family member in the room, an older black woman, and she had like this beautiful turban on her head, and the turban was a little messy because I think she came back from one of her tests or something, so they just brought her back and her turban was messy. You could tell like they probably moved her around a little bit. So I came into the room, I asked if everything was okay. She was like, yeah, everything's okay, da da da. Like, they didn't seem like they wanted anything, but I just came into the room, and even though they said nothing, I noticed that her turban was a little off, right? So I walked over, I put my gloves on, of course, and I like fixed her turban, I fixed her hair, I just got her together, and I said, okay, just let me know if you need anything, da da da. I left her, I took off my gloves, hand sanitized my hands, left the room. Literally, I didn't even walk 2 steps. The family member is chasing me down the hallway. I said, hey, excuse me, what's your name, da da da. Told her my name. She was like, I just want to say, that act of kindness, you fixing my mother's headband, that means the world to me. Like, it means the world to me to know that there are healthcare workers out here that care. Like, that small act, it may have been as small as doing that, but that means all the difference, because I know that my mom is in loving hands. When she said that, my heart literally melted, because to me, that wasn't a big deal. I did that off a natural impulse, because I know if I saw my mom up in the bed with her turban left, right, I would want someone to like fix her. It meant nothing to me, but it's crazy how the small things that we do can impact other people so largely. I just want to really pour love into others, pour love into my patients, pour love into people that I care for. I don't want it to just be, oh, I'm just taking care for them for X amount of shifts. Like, no, I want to pour love into that person so that when I leave that shift, they leave feeling, wow, like I'm seen, I'm heard, I'm visible. I want to be like just a light in this field. Healthcare can be seen as so transactional sometimes. It's a business at the end of the day. I get it that these hospitals need to make money, but sometimes the love gets lost, especially when nurses feel drained, overworked, short-staffed, all of that. So I really just want to always remember having a heart of God, like when I do any and everything. Every time before I go to work, I pray, because I never know what I'm going to encounter, who I'm going to encounter, or how I'm going to change their life. So that interaction meant everything. The minute I had that interaction with that patient, I knew. I was like, yep,
yo, that'll do it.
That'll do it. This is the field that I'm going into for sure, and this is why I'm here. This is why God put me here, because not only do I have the heart for it, I want to be able to spread God's love through this profession, and that's what I'm going to do. You know, so sometimes spreading God's love isn't always about preaching the gospel verbally. It's by physically showing acts of love, kindness, compassion, appreciation. Sometimes that gets lost through the rush and the hustle, and I never want to lose that, and I pray that I never lose it as I enter this new career field in the name of Jesus. But yeah, I think that was a great way to end it. That was a great question. Shout out to you, Josh X Studios, because you asked that question. Wine and Unwind with P. We got the funny stuff, we got the emotional stuff, we got a little bit of everything. But yeah, y'all, I spilled the tea in this thing, and I know I did. If there's any specific videos you want to see, because I do want to do like a lot of nursing related content in this moment, because like this is the season of me transitioning into a new career. But I'm also going to go back into my fashion, beauty, lifestyle, regular vlogs as well, so it's going to be mixtured. So just subscribe, follow, join the family, join the ride. I love y'all so much. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching, and just listening and chilling with me. Hope y'all tuning in to my next video, because it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a banger. Oh, I heard through the grapevine it's about to be a giveaway, a free giveaway. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you all, and I'll see y'all next time. Sincerely, Portia.